All right, so we're ready to put together a motion. Which will need to include some findings of fact.
What we have to do,
Development plan review
development plan
and
review and a recommendation on the zone.
The approval is for development
So
plan
it's
review.
have to be two separate.
I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Two separate motions. So the first is development plan review, which should include some findings of fact.
the development plan review, however, we're not finalizing because, I mean, we're leaving that to their.
You're putting conditions on it.
But I mean, in terms of the parking, we won't have seen possibly the actual development plan.
And that will be a condition.
Condition.
Generally, I mean, the development plan will be signed by the planning chair, so unless you want it to come back to the planning commission for some reason, it's generally just, even with, they make sure the conditions are met, and then the planning chair signs the final development plan.
So the condition would include approval by staff, planning, zoning, and engineering.
Right, I'm just wondering how we frame a condition about this parking area revision. Because we don't want to be in the position of dictating this one before they know it actually works.
I would just say that the applicant should look into redesigning the parking with angled parking entering on Valley Street, exiting on Douglas Street for the 8 spaces that are currently in the lot.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let's take the development plan review motion first. So the findings of fact, and there are conditions that need to be included in this. One is street trees. So there will be 2 street trees added, one on Douglas, one on Valley.
Generally require that to be 3-inch caliber trees. Generally, we require that to be 3-inch caliber trees.
3-inch.
3-inch or greater.
Another condition will be that the applicant will need to get approval from water and sewer. Does that also fall prior to zoning?
Did you check with the water clerk, or do you need that approval?
We still need that approval.
Okay, so they do need that approval.
Does that happen before the zoning?
I don't believe that will be achievable before zoning, so it will be a condition of their approval. so.
Of zoning approval, okay. Another condition will be the lighting, and that lighting meets current code, and as was discussed, that it's shielded from emanating onto neighboring properties or towards neighboring properties. The signage, another condition will be the signage, and the signage will meet zoning code in size, style, design, placement.
And all of those can be reviewed administratively, if that's what you're for, to make sure that it does meet it.
And I think that will be, did I miss anything on the development plan review motion? I think everything else relates to the variances required.
So there's 6 conditions. And the whereases, though, are another issue. Right, do you have 6?
Trees, water, lighting, signage.
That reviewed administratively. Oh, that's not a condition, that's just a,
And then parking meters,
there's trees,
And the parking
trees,
meters.
water, new parking thing, lighting, shielded lighting, and signage.
Signage. 2 components of signage, one being the business sign, and the second being signage for the parking area. And the findings of fact could include that we find that this is acceptable use of the property, it's consistent with use, approved use in the CO zone. We don't find any negative impacts on neighborhood, surrounding neighborhood, business and residential. And we also have a finding of fact could also be that the operation does not require any additional special licensing based on their current operation.
Do we want to say something about?
Do you anticipate having a dumpster or a trash can?
No.
You have no need to, exterior at least, I would just make that a finding of fact.
No dumpster.
Sure, absolutely, go right ahead.
Okay, I move that the planning commission recommend, this is development plan.
So
The
this,
the planning commission approve the development plan, is that the correct word?
Yes.
For the Balance and Sports Fitness Center at 16 Douglas Street. Anything else in the heading? Okay. The findings of fact would include that this is an acceptable use of the property in the CL zone. This use does not present a problem for the neighborhood. There is no additional special licensing required for this business, and there will be no dumpster or anything else in that neighborhood.
No exterior trash.
No exterior trash
Oh, dumpster.
at this location. Any other whereases? And the following conditions would apply, that there would be 2 street trees as a condition of approval, one on Douglas Street, one on Valley Street, 3-inch or greater caliber. That the application must have approval from the Board of Water and Sewer Commissioners prior to the zoning board?
No.
No,
As a
okay.
condition of approval.
That the condition of the approval will be conditioned upon approval from the Board of Water and Sewer Commissioners. That the applicant will look at and possibly present an alternate parking layout with angled street parking that would enter on Valley Street and exit on Douglas Street. And the 8 spaces would be angled up against the loading dock with a buffered planting zone between the entrance and the exit. And if that works, then present that to the town planner and the town engineer, work with the town engineer to make sure that that works. That the lighting will be shielded from the neighbors, so whatever lighting you have will not be spilling out beyond your property limits and will conform to the zoning code for lighting. And that signage meet the zoning code, especially the business sign will meet all aspects of the zoning code, and that there will be any parking area signs will also meet the zoning code, and that the parking area, if you do go with, so this might be the previous one, the parking area, if you do go with the angled parking, would be one-way parking, a one-way entrance and exit, direction of traffic, one way. Anything else? And I guess this would be, where do you want it to say reviewed administratively? Is that just something you'll add, Lisa?
Just say that if you just add a sentence at the end saying the conditions of approval shall be reviewed and approved by administratively
Okay.
prior to certificate of occupancy.
Okay, and these conditions of approval would be reviewed administratively prior to a CFO being approved. You guys have all that?
I don't know if it's a CO, whatever it is, but prior to
Final
final
approval.
approval.
Prior to final approval.
Before we read that back, Cindy, one question on
Cindy's not even taking notes.
on the planting of trees. Is there a time limit on planting of trees?
Well, we'll just have to work with the season, I think. Yeah.
Within 1 year.
Within 1 year,
In 1 year?
within one season.
Okay.
I just had one comment. I heard in one of the conditions on the parking that you said the entrance was on Valley Street and exit on Douglas. And I
You're
didn't think that was.
You're right, it was all on Valley
It's
Street.
all on.
No, it's all on Douglas, but it would be,
Douglas Street, so-
the entrance would be on
Entrance
Douglas
and
Street,
exit.
closer to Valley Street.
I don't know if you can actually enter and exit on both on Douglas Street. I don't think you have room. I think you'll have to enter on Valley Street, straight in. Because you only have 100 feet, you've got 8 spaces.